Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday, October 25th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 7 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today is, we have the raccoon energy. And with the raccoon energy and the number 7 energy, I feel like these together are so fitting. So fitting because as you can see, the raccoon looks like it's in the dark or it's hiding. And with the number 7 energy, the number 7 could be like that. And it's not that the number 7's ever in the dark or the number 7 choose to go into the dark, because in the dark, the number 7 is seeking truth. But also too, with the number 7 energy being such a truth-seeking energy, it could come off a bit aloof or shy or hidden away from society, reality, and whatnot, when that's not always the case. When it comes to the raccoon energy also, I think about how the raccoon looks like it's wearing a mask. It looks like it's hiding something. Something is being hidden. When it comes to today's energy, it brings me to the thought of something is being hidden in plain sight. But the thing that's being hidden in plain sight is the information that you're seeking, is the answers that you're seeking. See, what's hidden in plain sight is the plan that you're looking for, or the way out, or the answers to your challenges. That's hidden in plain sight. Because when it comes to today's energy, some of us could find ourselves like diving deep, questioning things, like wanting to know some truth on a deeper level. And this is where, the scrolling might comes in, or consuming different videos or different informations to get to the bottom of something. And while that could be beneficial for some, because you might come across certain information that gives you clarity, that are pieces of the puzzle, but the truth that you seek, like the aha moment that you seek, is not going to come from any videos anywhere or any information anywhere. I guess what those things will do is kind of inspire you, validate you when it comes to certain things. But that aha moment is one that is hidden in plain sight. It's right in front of you. It's right beside you. It's right behind you. It's right next to you. It's that kind of vibe. Today is the 25th, and the number 2 energy is nurturing. The number 2 energy is intuitive. The 5 is telepathic. The 5 is communicative. The 5 deals with sudden and unexpected changes. So when I see the number 25, I think of like channeling energy. Channeling energy in the sense that the number 2 feels it, the number 5 hears it and says it. So when it comes to that energy of the 25, 2 plus 5 is 7. The 7 brings me to the crown chakra, and that's where I just know. With the crown chakra, you just know. You don't know how you know, you just know you know. And when you know, and you need to just trust what it is that you know. And don't get into that mindset or get out of it if you find that you're often in it. When you know what you know, and then you need to bring it to someone else so that they can also validate what it is that you know, only to find yourself in situations where a few things can happen. Maybe it's a situation where you get in a debate and a back and forth with someone because they disagree with what it is that you know, because that's not their truth. And they have a right to disagree because that's not their truth. Or a situation where you feel resentful because it feels like they're always turning down your ideas or rejecting what it is that you got to say, or they just don't want to see you win when they might not relate, or maybe low key, they might be, feeling like who you think you are to think that you're so special, or there's something more special than you than everybody else. Maybe you low key offend some people because they don't believe in themselves enough to know that you feeling the way you do about your experience or sharing your experience is not an attack to them. So when it comes to, say, knowing what it is that you know and having that moment of knowing, this is where you want to develop a relationship with journaling. It's so amazing how you'll hear people say journaling over and over again, and you'll be surprised how few people journal. And some people might journal and feel like you gotta write this book or this story. No, journaling for me is like, imagine you're speaking to your higher self, you're speaking to God, you're speaking to whatever it is that you believe in, you're speaking to maybe a loved one that has passed, and you're telling them everything, you're telling them every single thing that has happened. For me, that's a way of release. It's like going to the bathroom. It's like going to the bathroom on the papers, on the papers that you're releasing on. I feel like the worst thing is when we want to go to the bathroom in other people's ears, like dump on other people. No, instead, make a habit of dumping on paper, trapping that energy that's inside of you on paper, instead of throwing it on someone else, and then they throw it on someone else, and then they throw it on someone else. And it's like putting this, it's like unleashing a toxic virus in the air that came out of your head. And it's like, no, just trap it on paper. But within today's energy, through a conversation you're having with someone is when you'll get your aha moment. You'll say something out of your mouth and it's exactly what you needed to hear. It might be the simplest thing, but it's what you were looking for. Or you're writing something, you decide to take your journal out. Because when it comes to today's energy for me feels dehydrated to a certain extent. When I say dehydrated, I feel like, for me, energy feeling dehydrated for me feels like I'm thirsty in the sense that whatever it is that I think I know at the moment isn't enough, and I need more. I need more. Something's missing. There's a certain level of understanding that I need to have about something. Clearly, there's something that's standing out today that feels a bit challenging, feels a bit frustrating. It doesn't even have to be anything major. It could just be some simple thing that was said maybe yesterday that was a hit to your ego. And today you have that wound because, your ego got hit, and you're trying to understand things better so that, that pain could go away. That hit to the ego feeling can go away. Venus is the ruler of the day, and Venus is in Sag, and it's positively aspecting the moon in Leo. And with that positive aspect, we get a trine. So Venus in Sagittarius creates a trine to the moon in Leo. So with that trine being made to the moon, it just brings me to Venus in Sagittarius brings me to exploring things, whether it's, philosophical type things, spiritual, religious, other cultures. There's a value for exploring. And the moon in Leo, the inner world is vibrant. It is expressive. One wants to express themselves. So when I look at the trine, I think of, through experiences, we are inspired to express ourselves. So I like that positive aspect being made there. And it just brings me to a social aspect to the moon. So there's a part of the moon that wants to be social, but at the same time, the moon is being challenged because we have Mercury and Scorpio squaring the moon in Leo. And with that square between Mercury and Scorpio and moon in Leo, inner world in Leo wants to go outside. It wants to be social. It wants to make friends with others. But Mercury and Leo Mercury in Scorpio just doesn't trust. So with Mercury in Scorpio not trusting, Mercury in Scorpio is encouraging the moon in Leo, or challenging the moon in Leo to not be so social, to not want to connect, to not want to express itself the way it does, to focus on taking things a little bit more serious. So I feel like maybe it's that ego, you know, that thing from yesterday or something that you may have experienced, that there's a part of you that want to go get out and connect with others, but then there's another part that's like, you know, some kind of a negative thought about where our ego is concerned and where others see us, to limit us from being so social, from wanting to connect and get out. The moon is a part of a T-square with Mercury in Scorpio and Uranus in Taurus. So when I think of Scorpio and Taurus energy, both fixed energy, like Leo is fixed, but Leo is fixed fire. And when I think about fixed fire, especially in Leo, this is that fixed energy of wanting to create, wanting to express oneself in whatever way. And with Scorpio and Taurus, those energies for me are not expressive in the way Leo is expressive. Scorpio and Taurus energy are both feminine energies, so those energies are more introspective. When I think of like the expressive, fiery aspect of Leo, it's like an extroverted person living in a house with a bunch of introverts. So it's like an extroverted person in a house with a bunch of introverts as roommates, where imagine all the introverts are in their rooms with their doors locked. And the Leo person is the only one with their bedroom door open, and they actually want to go into the other rooms of the others, or want everybody to come out to the common area to chill, but that never happens. The only time, maybe the Leo energy, the expressive energy, the only time it sees everyone, it's because it's the only one hanging in the common area, and everybody else, they're coming from the common area and getting their foods and whatnot and going back to their room. And that's so stressful for the moon in Leo, because it wants to socialize, where it's positively aspecting Jupiter in Gemini, and Venus in Sag. Both Gemini and Sag energies are mutable and masculine. So these are action-oriented energy, just like masculine Leo, who wants to take action, who wants to go outside of itself. But Gemini and Sagittarius are mutable. They're flexible. They're more likely to go with the flow. And that aspect being made to the moon brings me to two sides when it comes to today's energy. There's one aspect of us that wants to socialize and connect and get with others, but then there's another aspect of us that feels like, like it's more important to deal with adult type things. Adult type things meaning responsibilities, or in some cases just insecurities where us in relations to others are concerned. Might be some things that come up that creates that feeling of, wanting to avoid others. We have the Chariot in the upright position. It came out in the reversal position. This is how it looks in the upright position. So the Chariot in the reversal position brings me to stagnance, like something not flowing the way you would like. And I feel like the lack of flow, and then the raccoon energy, just brings me to insecurity. Like when it comes to today's energies, we could come up with all the excuses that we want as to why we don't want to be bothered or connect or be social or whatever. But for me, I feel like when it comes to today's energy, insecurities might be a thing for others, or just the need to be still and questioning something. But I feel like the thing that's being questioned is probably something from yesterday. It's something pertaining to us in relations to others, our status, titles, and things like that. That might be a case for some. It doesn't have to be the case for others, but there's a level of stagnant energy today. And whenever the number 7 is present, the number 7 is within the day because it's the 25th, and the energies in the day adds up produce a number 7 vibration. Whenever the number 7 is present, there's always a need to be still. The number 7 is ruled by Neptune. So with that Neptunian aspect ruling over today, it can cause a lot of us to kind of pretty much be in our own world, trying to understand something though. But the thing that you're trying to understand, if you find yourself, woke up today with this feeling inside of you and you just don't feel right about something, and you're down this rabbit hole, the thing that you're looking for is right in front of you. Like, it's not far. It's not far at all. Not far at all. So Venus is the ruler of the day. Neptune plays a big part in today's energy. But like I said, with the day being the 25th, brings me to big time channeling energy. So today's one of those days where you want to pull out your journal if you feel inspired to express yourself and just write whatever is coming out of you, because I bet you if you write down whatever is troubling you today, detail by detail on a piece of paper, as if you are sending it to the creator who already seen it all, but just reminding the creator of what happened, so you're being brutally honest, I bet you in the process of you writing it out and releasing, a solution will come. Because when it comes to today's energy, the solution is there. It's just a matter of, I guess, trusting yourself enough to see it. Because I think of those days where we get up and we're looking here, we're looking there, we're looking all over the place, where if we were to turn everything off and get in silence and sit still, it'll come to you just like that. Hey guys, I want to share with you 7 benefits of getting a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session. The first one is understanding your internal programming. The second one is becoming more clear about your purpose and passion. The third is setting goals for success. The fourth is awareness of strength and areas of improvement. And the fourth one was foundational for me, because whenever you're aware of your weaknesses, no one can use them against you. And when you're aware of your strengths, that makes you unstoppable. And that is why I say self-awareness is a superpower. The 5th benefit is removing obstacles. We first have to become aware of a thing in order to remove it in the first place. The 6th benefit is understanding relationship dynamics. We don't have to change the people in our lives. We have to become aware of ourselves and start from there, and everything changes. And the 7th benefit is upcoming transits, if that's something that you would like to look into because you're planning for something or you just want to be aware. So if you're interested in booking a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session or learning more about it, the link to book or the link to send me an email for questions are both within the description box below. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, where I share exclusive content, the link to check out what's happening on Patreon is in the description box below. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a purple heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.